Dive Team 1, just on completing one of their night dive compass swims, taking a bearing on a marked float out in the middle of the bay, and coming in towards the float here as a target on a reciprocal bearing. And out in the distance here we have Dive Team 1.
Dive control, this is Sealander 2, over.
Sealander 2, this is diving control, over. Sealander 2, this is diving control, over.
This is Sealander 2, we have completed diving operations, returning to Albert Head Jetty, over.
Roger, understand, completed diving operations, returning to FDU Jetty. Call, or the Albert Head Jetty, over.
Affirmative, Divex control, Sealander 2, out.
Sealander 2, this is dive control, over.
This is 2.
Yeah, you're clear to come alongside Sealander 1, over.
Roger.
Wish to advise you at the last time, 30 seconds to go, it was all tied up LA Calgary.
That's good, so you're still in OT?
Well, according to my reports, that there was a fight broke out. No, I haven't heard nothing since.
Any reports on who was in the fight?
Calgary and LA. Mm-hmm. Here he goes. Sealander 2, this is Divex control. Sealander 2, Divex control.
This is 2.
Yeah, I have you on video right now, Sealander 2. You're going to have to make it good coming alongside.
Roger.
Put Sealander 1's lights on. underwater photography team returning from a night dive photography run. This concludes their full day of half-day theory, half-day practical, and a night dive. Here we have the Naval Sodor team dressing up to make their final dive.
I took one of the come there. Come on.
Actually, ask me what to think about in the cup. In the tub of water. Bob, you go off with them. Okay, give them brush them off in the tap. Real good. And then bring them inside to the towel. Okay?
Okay, we got all our gear okay.
As you can see, as the time ticks on here, we are diligently waiting for our last team to complete their exercise. And we are Easter Sunday, 8:34 in the morning. Our typical dive day starts with a morning prayers. Each of the three teams receives a pre-dive brief. They have a get-together, explain the morning schedule, and then dispersed into the various areas of responsibility. It's another gorgeous day at the head. As you can see, the sun has blessed us with its presence for the first time in 3 days. We have a perfect weather forecast, 16 degrees. Good shot of Fitzgard Light. And we pan over to the Victoria area where the fishermen and the haze is coming off to greet the Sunday morning adventurers. So during the day we'll try and cover all the events, LMDE, as it's operated on the beach site, and conclude with a recreation dive. Here we have the dive team responsible for the mobile dive. They'll be participating in the underwater photography. Here we see them catching up with the charging of the equipment from the night dive last night. And we have the LMDE equipment being breaking out. And this will be viewed at when we go down on the training area.
talk to it. Little baby on camera.
Oh, zoom. From bad to ugly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And here's the Viking staff. Big brother's watching you, right? Watching you.
Deputy OIC is exercise, planning to do his directory and staff type of supervision. The morning dive site, 8 hours after the filming of the night dive. This peaceful and very serene location tends to bring people out, the best out in people. You can see the diving conditions here are second to nothing. Here we have some of the local animals frolicking on the beach. Here we have the LMDE training session. We have the ship's team diver, ship's diving officer team with the LMDE. They will be breaking out, mustering all the components of this limpet mine disposal equipment. They will lay it out and they will practice the procedures for laying it out as they would in awkward state 3, mustering. Then they will be preparing the LMD for firing, which would be your state 2, and awkward state 1, where they would actually load the LMD with the explosive charge and cause it to function in a real situation.
Well, let's take it out of the box.
Does anybody else use this?
Okay, that.
When's the last time you guys used it? Last recall. A year ago. 6 months ago. Whereabouts? Stick it over there. On the bottom of the ship.
Trunnion, aluminum alloy sleeve. Trunnion, brass. You've got a base plate that goes on that attaches to your magnets. So that you don't get your magnets damaged. You've got a collar here that goes on the barrel. Got your Allen key such so that you can lock this in place at whatever angle you want it to be. And like the key says, it says, unlike the exercise you were taught when you were on the Divex course, here, think of it as you have a device that you want to knock out, you have the tool to do it. It could be on any platform, anywhere, and you just have to use your imagination. Don't try to use your common sense in that approach. Look at what you've got to use.
Is that loaded? Sure, yeah? Okay, don't film that. Step lively. This is the ship's diver team. We're going through the actual firing, loading, and function of the ship. It's another one of the things that you do on course and you never see again because it's a little bit of war, and it's another one of those things that you do it if you have to, but now it's not a lot of work. Since how it's part of the yes, refresher. We do have the live rounds in the so I can't really finish the work out of the top. It's a very small training shot. Pick up a small cup. Go ahead, sorry.
Before you actually get out, you can connect the label part of the back.
When they talk about MCD, when they say hit the ship, commander's following the rule that you grab this exercise. It's normally accepted to be good at this, you do it for 30 minutes. Because time is the only thing you got against it. And if you don't do it right, then you consume time when you don't want to. Because the quicker you can get down and put this thing on, get the hell out of there. That's not everybody. In the inspection diver scenario, that could be out of the ship places out of the provider. Just then weak systems, without really getting it. But then conversely, it would take more than just a little charge to put the ship away too.
All divers clear the water and all
they give an exercise for
on the lookout.
The LME type scenario. Then you really have to put time. Because the clock starts ticking. Fully mad on this thing, and the clock will wind down. If you happen to be like an Italian during the Second War, at the same time you get the ring in your fingers, at the same time you hear a roaring noise and see the flashing light blind you in the eye, and then Bob Drum. Great success, good kill rate. Hard to recruit from Canada. This is how it works. They put a couple of plastic plugs. It would be in there. You fill all this with water, fresh water, because it's not electric. The distilled water is the best bet. Cap it off. So what you have is here's a tube of water. And this is conical shape. Look down there, you see it increases in size and what happens is this plastic is concave and it retains the water charge so that the water can't get behind the explosion. So this whole slug of water just goes roaring out of here, and it's the actual water that breaks this thing up. Now we use the same thing on the surface for car bombs and stuff. But for comparison, this training shot is a 2-gram shot. That's the thing we expect. That's the size of the training shot. Liquid shotgun shell, electrically activated, goes in there. This is 2 grams. The real shot is 12 grams. This thing will rip your entire day if you happen to be around it when it functions. And when this thing goes off, it goes off. You usually, you don't do it right. You're only allowed to shoot this barrel once. So well, because you really stress this thing. So when you're using water to disrupt something, it's got to be trucking to actually do what it's got to do. So, very dangerous piece of kit. Yeah, but she's moving. She's really moving. The thing to do with commanding officers who are going to employ people in there are to ensure that they stay well worked up and that they are very disciplined in how it's used. Because it is a loaded gun. It's walking around with a loaded gun. It's electrically fired. It has all kinds of environmental potentially disasters such as static electricity, etc., etc., etc. So it's not something you just give somebody and put it away. Here's the big problem. So when you fire at one LMBDE in the firing position, we are now passing on the directions for conducting the continuity check. Downrange we have the assistant loading and putting in the charge. All these signals for the hooking up and the conducting of the continuity test are passed by hand. Now the LMD will be placed in the water. We will hook up the leads to the exploder. Excuse me.
Firing! 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 Firing!
Now we will commence the hooking up of the cartridge. We will do a continuity check on the breech of the LMDE, thus ensuring that when the charge is loaded that the breech block is in fact electrically sound. Here we short out the circuit and test with the galvanometer to ensure that there is a good circuit prior to firing.
Loaded, sir?
Here we have the N2 ballistite cartridge going in. He didn't tell you to hook up, did he?
No.
So don't do anything until you're told to do it.
Hook up, sir?
Now that we have the firing leads connected to the breech block, the LMD is loaded, armed, and ready to be functioned.
Pick up the dressing here. Number 3, dress back. Front and center.
Jerry, clean your ears.
This is going to on. On. All right. Hey. Oh.
No, that was quite fine.
What a Coke.
Maybe you would like to
What
are the chances? Sun attract.
Macaron to talk about.
Rubber stamp? Makes me happy. Well, let's sit back.
I'm here.